Welcome back to my channel. I'm Steph and this is my channel Knots and Needles, where I sew, knit, crochet, make general stuff. I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas and you're all heading for a quiet and peaceful new year. I think that's what we're wishing for this year. So this is my December makes videos, and I have actually made more than I thought I would this month. I was like writing my notes and I was like, oh, I've actually made a fair bit. So we're going to crack on with what I'm wearing now, which is the Shiroko jumpsuit by Deer and Doe. I'm giving this a solid 4 out of 5 stars, 4 out of 5 needles, whatever you want to go with, and show you some of the fit. So one of the negatives first is the rise. So the crotch to the waist is way too long. I think it's designed for someone who's quite a bit taller. I'd say maybe 5'10" at least. So I'm 5'4", so that is it's way too long. I need to look up how to reduce that because it's just, my crotch is around my mid-thigh level, which for me I find really uncomfortable. But that does mean when I sit down, you can see from this picture, I'm not like bursting out when I'm sitting down, which sometimes I find in jeans. If I sit down, my mum tum sort of, my cookie tummy sort of, I'm just uncomfortable and a bit too snug. So what I did do is, if you're like me, I've got a small chest and a larger hips, so I'm a pear shape, quite traditional pear shape. So I've graded it. It's the first time I've ever graded, and so I'm a 42 on top and a 46 on the bottom, and I've graded it from 42 up here all the way to a 46 on the waist. And that's worked well. It has worked well. I do think I could actually size down in the leg. So the legs for me, I kind of wish they were a wee bit more fitted on my bum and my thighs, just a wee bit more, just a bit more, maybe like an inch. That's quite a lot. Like half an inch off, just to give it a bit more, just to hug my body a bit more. And I think I'd maybe like a bit more of a tapered style in the leg, in the bottom leg. Not like a straight leg skinny fit, but something a bit more snug. But they're all really easy things to make. So I've had this on all day today, and do you know, when you put it on, for the first time in a long time, I felt really nice. I have not lost any of the baby weight, and I don't think I am going to lose it at this point anytime soon. And it's just not a priority anymore. My life shifted when I had my son, but then I don't feel pretty sometimes, and I just feel like a mum, and that's my only identity as mum. And it's nice to put this on, and I feel good, and I'm comfy. Like, comfort now for me is up there. Like, it's my #1 priority when I'm making stuff. Am I going to be comfortable in this, and is it practical? Can I go on a dog walk? For this, yes. Like, I love it, and I will make more. So this and the Elysium bodysuit now are like absolute staples in my wardrobe. What did I like about this? I just actually want to talk a bit more about it because I really do love it. So you can see I did the twin needle. So for me, that is a new technique which I've never done before, and it worked really well, and I think it gives your garment a more professional finish. Definitely. The pleats here, I just think are really flattering. I have a bra on. Usually I don't usually don't wear bras, but this, I just think they just need a bit of a lift, and padding, need a bit of padding. I think I could size down a bit more in the top. The waistband, again, really nice, and it's got the pockets. I need to understitch because I tried zigzag stitching and it did stretch the pockets out a bit. You can see there's a bit of sag in here. So I think if I just do a little bit of understitching, which I should be able to get under, it would just make them sit a wee bit nicely. But again, these pleats again, really lovely. But my crotch is down here, when my fanny's here. So that, and I've already cut out about an inch. I took it back under the overlocker and started about here, and I gradually trimmed more off with the serger. But I kind of like the fit. I don't think it brings too much attention to my tummy because of the pleating and the crossover. I think your attention's more brought here. And then we've got 2 pleats on the back, and then we've got 2 darts here as well. So it's all techniques I've used throughout the year. So it's wasn't too hard. I made this snowsuit, and I will link the where I got it from below. It's just on Etsy, and I had a few problems with this that were all my fault. So these are the problems that I had. Okay, so let's start with the glaringly obvious mistakes. Mistake number 1, I dyed the lining fabric pink. Mistake number 2, I didn't have enough lining fabric. Mistake number 3, it's woven, not stretch. Mistake number 4, I ripped the tab out because I didn't sew it in right. Mistake number 5, I sewed and cut out the lining fabric in the wrong direction, so because it's a diagonal zip, when I turned it all the right way around, my diagonal for my lining was going in that direction, so that's mistake number 5. Mistake number 6, I did not have any cuffed ribbon material, because this was supposed to be made from, so the wool is leftover scraps, and I wanted to make this, and I didn't want to buy anything new, so I didn't have any cuffing fabric, so I've just added a cuff, but I obviously serged this so you can see the raw edge, and then I've serged it to the inside as well. Mistake number 6, yeah, so did the same on both sides. Mistake number 7 is part of the gusset is actually sewed the right way around. Mistake number 8 is using lining fabric that's actually way too stretchy compared to the wool. Mistake number 8. You can't tell. Mistake number 9 was when I trimmed the seam allowance, I actually cut into the thread. Mistake number 10, I think? 9 or 10. I didn't catch this properly. Mistake number 11 is these horrific cuffs. I didn't have enough to do the same, so I tried to just use this as binding. First I tried to serge it in, but my serger has unthreaded itself, thread snapped, and I can't remember how to rethread it, so I just folded this over and sewed it just to get rid of these raw edges, and it looks horrific. I might need to trim this all the way back to the sewing. So mistake number 11. This has been really hard to make, and I'm quite annoyed, disappointed. This is the first time I've really sewn a full pattern without looking at YouTube for video instructions, and all this has proven is that I actually really do need to sit and read, look at YouTube tutorials, because clearly that's the way I learn. Okay, so I know that sounded really negative, but it actually looks really pretty. You can see the pictures here, and it's quite practical. He seems nice and warm in it. I would next time make sure I got some cuffing material. I think that would really make a difference, and just pay a bit more attention to the pattern. I made some fleecy mittens, but they didn't work because they didn't stay on. They need the cord to keep them attached. I made a cowl from the same scrap fleece, so those 2 blankets that I made a Christmas jumper and my husband's pyjama trousers out of. I've used nearly all of the scraps now, which I'm really pleased with. I made this petal pouch, which I put hankies in, and we took it to Germany with us. We put it on holiday, and I love this design. Absolutely made up with it. it actually fits in a 20-gram skein of sock yarn in it perfectly. So if you're someone who knits and has yarny goods in their lives, this size one here, I'll link the maker, absolutely perfect. Stockings, I made tons of stockings, 5 stockings for my family. So one for me, my husband, my child, one for the dog, and a spare one. Gift bags, loads of gift bags. I am on a mission to reduce my scrap bin by 50% in 2023, and I'm happy to say I have started that challenge already by making gift bags, and they got used. One quite cute beer bag and required very, very minimal sewing since I already put the work in, and I've gotten rid of some scrap fabric. So I'm already starting 2023's goal, and it's quilted, so it's like it feels nice as well. I'm quite impressed with that. So that's. I also made another petal bag. This one I made 12.5 inches by 12.5 inches, I think. Yeah. So it fit in a 100-gram cake of sock yarn, and I fit in a pouch as well, which you can see here. And then I made this. It's a leather notions pouch, and inside is going some stitch markers. So we have a knit, purl, beginning of round. We have a SSK, K2 tog, and then some plain ones. So got a little tape measure and a little tape measure holder. And then you can also fit scissors in. These are my embroidery scissors, so she's not getting them. But you can fit scissors in, and you can fit like a darning needle in as well. It's going to go in there. Then, it's an actual gift. Some yarn I got off Etsy, and I caked it as well. And I think the whole set quite goes beautifully together. It's my first time seeing if it all fits in. Oh yeah. Well, ain't that just the cutest damn thing you ever did see. Amazing. And then if you do a centre pull from here, it all fits in rather beautifully. I quite like this. I'm quite impressed. So I just need to go find a gift bag and drop it round. So actually I made more than I thought I would, and I'm quite pleased. I also, onto Woolly Makes, I finished the socks for my husband, but I had to break into the orange yarn because that's the only DK weight I had, and he has huge feet, and I did not do the maths for this at all, and I ran out halfway down his foot, halfway down the second sock. So now his second sock is orange and the rest of the socks are green. He loves it. I look at it and go, oh no, it hurts my soul a wee bit. I cast on 2 new socks as well because I have a problem, but I am getting quite bad RSI now, so I'm going to take a break for a few days. Oh, I finished my son's jumper. So it's a woolen pine design, and as you can see, I only put a few strands through because I just really got fed up with weaving, and I only put it through the front because it does reduce the stretch in the sweater. So I made age 2 to 4, and I think maybe I have quite a tight, I knit quite tightly, maybe that's why I get sore wrists and sore hands, but I don't think I can get this comfortably on over like a long sleeve t-shirt that my little one's wearing, so he'd have to wear it with like a short sleeve t-shirt. So I don't know about you, but as a kid I used to hate my sleeves getting rolled up inside my jumpers. It used to really, really wound me up, and as an adult it still does the same. It really, really, really gets on my nerves. So I don't know if it'll annoy my son or not, but I don't really want to test it out. I like the jumper, and it's my first ever sweater, so I'm really proud that I have done that. I kind of wish I'd gone up a size, maybe like half a size in the needles just to give it a bit more. I didn't want such a tight fit, and he's not even 2 yet. He's 2 in March, so not too impressed really, but hey, we all have to start somewhere, right? What else? That's it. That's it. That is more than enough. My January goals is to finish that bloody patina blouse. It's cut out. I have the stabilizer, the interfacing. I just need to sew it together. So that's gonna be the first thing I make, I think, in January. I have another video if you want to watch it on my sewing resolutions. I've never done sewing resolutions. It's my sewing resolutions and all my 2023 goals. And it's for me to refer back to in 2023 and be like, did I achieve what I wanted to do? And hopefully the answer is going to be yes. Like, you didn't overcommit at all. It's amazing. Well done for doing you.